el resto de su miércoles y nos vemos aquí el día de mañana.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for your Wednesday, January 22nd edition. I cannot believe how the winter season has already flown by. It feels like it just kicked off yesterday, and now we are in the thick of it as we're seeing those cooler temperatures right now. We've got a great show in store for you. We're going to be talking Fat Bike Worlds as they're making their way to Crested Butte. We're going to introduce you to the Residence Inn because it's got some great history here in the community. And then we're going to be talking all things democracy for everyone, which is a great project that's taking place that we're going to give you some more information on. Then the Vail Police Department is introducing some new technology, and we had the opportunity to catch up with them. It's all taking place here on Good Morning Vail, which starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Escape the cold and embrace the après-ski vibes at the Grand Hyatt Spa, where you'll find tranquility rooted in traditional alpine wellness.
Let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. Now, we have seen that cold front make its way through. Temperatures starting to warm up just a little bit. 9 degrees around 8 a.m. High of 15 throughout the course of today. Snowfall is likely with a 50% chance of precipitation first thing this morning. Partly cloudy skies. Winds coming out of the west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour, which is going to make that 15 degrees feel just a little bit cooler. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, snow showers are likely first thing this morning. That's going to dissipate as we make our way into the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies by 4 p.m. That high settling in between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. Partly cloudy skies as we continue into tonight, but those temperatures dropping down into the single digits. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver definitely slightly warmer, 30 degrees, partly cloudy skies down there. 15 in Vail with a 50% chance of precipitation. 18 in Avon with a 40% chance of moisture. 24 in Eagle with a 15% chance of moisture. So if you are traveling along that I-70 corridor, just be prepared for some flurries first thing this morning. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 2 degrees is our overnight low. 30% chance of snow overnight tonight. Partly cloudy skies. That sun setting just a little bit later. 5:09 p.m. is when we're going to see that sun go down. Wind shifting directions coming out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, if you're someone who loves to see snow in the forecast, well, then this forecast is for you. 20% chance of precipitation on Thursday, high of 19 degrees. Temperatures warming up, 31 on Friday, 32 on Saturday. Then we'll see temperatures dip down again by Sunday into the 20s, but increased chances of precipitation taking place over the course of the weekend. And then as we make our way into Monday, beautiful sunshine, warmer temperatures, 34 degrees. It's going to be a great day to get out there and enjoy that new sun. Now, as we take a look at what's going on up on Vail Mountain, 28 lifts are open, 274 trails are open, 98% of the terrain on Vail Mountain is open. You can kick your morning off at 8:30 a.m. You can enjoy your afternoon until 3:30 p.m. 1 new inch of snow on Vail in the last 24 hours, 2 new inches in the last 48 hours, a season total of 163 inches with a 51-inch base depth. Now, as we make our way to Beaver Creek, 24 lifts are open in Beaver Creek, 170 trails are open, and 97% of their terrain is open. You can kick your morning off at 8:30 a.m. You can continue your day until 4 p.m. No new snow in the last 24 hours, 1 new inch of snow in the last 48 hours, bringing that season total to 138 inches with a 44-inch base depth. So if you're making your way out there on a day like today, just make sure that you're nice and bundled up. Now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
Welcome back to the show. Now, I love getting to talk about things that get you excited to get out there, ski or ride, and help you see better on the mountain. So right now I've got the Smith 4D Mag with the ChromaPop lens technology. Now, this is a great goggle. Because of that 4D technology that's in it, it increases your field of view by 25% with that bird's eye view. So as we take a look at this goggle lens, as I rotate it down, you can see that that lens continues right here, allowing you to see better out there with that 25% increase. Now, to change this goggle lens, all you do is pull these levers down. Then you're going to pull that lens right out. It's easy to switch. You're going to line it up. Make sure that it is fully lined up, that goggle lens is all the way in there, and then you're just going to snap those little levers back into place, securing your goggle lens, making it nice and easy to change. If I can change it here on the couch, well, then you can change it out there on the chairlift. This is an incredible goggle to have your hands on because that ChromaPop technology means color pop, so it's going to help you see those colors better out there on the slope, so that way you can see better, so you can ski or ride better. Now, if you want to get your hands on this incredible goggle, make sure that you go to any one of the eyepieces of Vail locations throughout our community because we've got so many that you're going to want to check out, and there are some great places to get a helmet and some goggles. That way you are fully protected out there on the mountain. We want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report this morning. If you're looking for new goggles, new helmet, or any vision needs, well, then they're the perfect place for you to go. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners. This is a scooter. Have you had it the whole time?
I have not. It's actually the third time I've owned the car.
Sell, regret, sell, regret. To the actual prototype GT40, I got to sit in that car.
Oh, I gotta give me one of these, man.
We've got all the muscle, the speed, and the stories.
I got stage 4 cancer. A bunch of friends came together and decided that this thing needed to get done then. A lot of friends came together and made this thing happen.
Hey, if it has an engine and a story, you're going to hear about it on rides. Almost every vehicle, doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, there's some tie to your past.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. Let's go, Wes! We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. If you're someone who's visiting in town and you're looking for the best place to stay, well, then the Residence Inn in Vail has got you covered. And I'm joined by Assistant General Manager Jake Voss. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here first thing this morning.
Yeah.
Now, the Residence Inn is one of the newest builds in Vail, but it's absolutely beautiful over there. The construction of it, as we were talking off camera, is so spectacular. So give us a little bit of the history.
So yes, we opened September 28th, 2023. That's pretty much the newest hotel in Vail. We're on the north side of the interstate, so not quite in the village. But we do have a shuttle service to and from the mountain, so very convenient still, and no need to bring your car. You can still shuttle up from Denver or whatever you need to do. So.
Which makes it so nice, and I was just about to ask you some of those great amenities because you are in such a prime location to make it really easy for people to get to the mountains. So besides the shuttle, what are some of the other great amenities?
So we do complimentary breakfast every day. It's full hot breakfast buffet, not just your typical continental. It's scrambled eggs, bacon, breakfast sandwiches, different kind of things like that. Obviously your oatmeal cereals, fruits and vegetables, muffins, things like that. We have a outdoor hot tub. It's oversized. We don't have a pool, but the hot tub is pretty large. Definitely fits a lot of people. And then we have a gym on site, so that's for everyone to use. It's open 24 hours. And then all of our rooms are actually suites. So they all have kitchenettes. They all have stovetops, full microwaves, everything like that. And then our 2-bedroom suites actually have ovens as well. So.
Wow, and we're looking at some pictures of the property right now. We're showing that gym. You've got so many great amenities because you also have gear storage, laundry on site.
Yeah.
So there's all of those little things that make a huge difference if you're coming to do a week-long stay with your family.
Yeah. So it's more, so Residence Inn brand is kind of an extended stay brand. Stedman Clinic guests as well, we do discounts for if you're getting surgery at Stedman Clinic. We do discounted rates. You can contact Stedman Clinic and they can discuss that with you, and then their concierge kind of calls us. So that's another thing that we do as well, kind of to benefit the community. And then our meeting space. We have a meeting space, and that's for literally anybody.
Right.
It's 800 square feet, rather, and has natural light, so the windows come in. You don't necessarily need to have the lights on, and we can fit up to 60 people in there, depending on the setup. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And then we do also welcome outside catering. So if you're setting up a meeting and you want to cater from outside, that's totally welcome as well.
So many great amenities, and this is perfect because as we're in the midst of the winter season, there's kind of a hustle and bustle taking place. So you guys are cranked busy right now.
Oh, yeah.
But then it's good to know all of these little amenities as we approach the off season, when people do want to have their surgeries with Stedman Clinic, when large companies do want to do those corporation retreats where they're doing those great presentations and they have the space to do it. And then, of course, catering is always a great option here in the community because there's so many wonderful places. Now, what sets you guys apart from everyone as the premier destination?
So I think you find that our rates are a lot lower. Not a lot, but they're lower than a lot of places, and I think the quality of our hotel is the same. It matches up with any other hotel in Vail, and our staff is great, helpful. We have a really good team there, so you're treated well, treated warmly, and I think it can feel like home to anybody. So.
I think that's one of the best parts about our community is you come into our community as a stranger and you always leave our community as a friend. Now let's go back to this event space because there are so many options to use this space. Now if someone's interested in maybe working with that space, what's the best way for them to go about it?
So you can contact the hotel directly and they can transfer you over to Rachel. She's our salesperson. We also have Kristen who works out of Westminster. She kind of oversees what Rachel does, but yeah, Rachel would be definitely the first step there. Rachel Horvath, she's our on-site salesperson. So you would speak with her. And we've had everything from, hockey teams come up and stay, and they've done pizza parties in there. We've had business meetings, and so it's really versatile. You can kind of do whatever you want in there. So. And
we were just looking at the space. There's so many different setups, whether you want it to be more of a learning situation where you've got desks, whether you want it to be just a listening situation where people can sit, they can see that big, huge, nice screen that you have, and they can kind of absorb that presentation, or if you want it to be kind of a conversation, you've got those great round tables in there.
Correct, yeah. We got the rounds, and then we obviously could do like U-shapes, like I said, a business meeting setting, or we can do the rounds if you want to do a dinner, or like I said, the hockey teams. We had a lot this past fall. We had a lot of the hockey tournament stuff. A lot of them staying with us, and we did a few pizza parties in there and things like that. So.
Which is definitely fun because that's one of those memories that's probably going to be a core memory for so many of those hockey players as they were having the time of their life. That space is so beautiful, like you said, the natural light, the windows, make it a great place to come. And especially if you're maybe doing one of those all-day meetings, it's nice to have that natural light kind of come in and give you a little break.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, let's go back to the breakfast, only because it's that time of the morning. Everyone's a little hungry.
Of course.
Free breakfast every morning, full
that is
buffet.
correct. Yep.
So you can really get ready first thing in the morning, get your fuel on, and then hit the slopes.
Yeah, so on weekdays we run that from 6:30 until 9:30. On weekends we run it from 7 to 10. And like I said, I mean, there's something for everybody. There's like dairy-free options, gluten-free options, things like that. So we have like oat milk, stuff like that. Coffee, obviously hot water for tea.
Yes.
We also have cold brew pressed inside the breakfast area as well. So there's something for everybody there.
Which I think is so great because there's nothing better than a good cup of coffee to start your ski day. It warms you up, then you get out there. And then that shuttle service that you had mentioned is so convenient. That way you're not spending money on parking in Vail.
Correct. So yeah, so you basically, and you don't really even have to drive up from Denver or from Eagle Airport either. You know, you can shuttle on, east or west, whichever direction. You can shuttle over, and then we can take care of you, get you where you need to be, whether it's going to the mountain, going out for dinner, things like that. We run from 8:15 until 10 p.m., so we can take you to the mountain, bring you back, you can get ready, we can take you back out for dinner and bring you back again. So
which is
very
incredible.
Convenient, yes.
Yeah, and then because of its convenient location, if you're someone who maybe wants to see the nightlife in Vail and stay out past 10 p.m., it would be really easy to get back to the hotel
Yeah,
anyway.
so we do the Lower Buffer Creek stop is right in front of the hotel, so you can take that Westville Bread bus up until 2 a.m. So yeah, if you want to enjoy the Vail nightlife, you don't have to worry about missing the shuttle. You can still get back safely back to the hotel without paying for Uber or taxi or anything like that, and you're just right there. So.
And then what a great opportunity for people who maybe are sad that they have to get a knee or a shoulder or an arm or something done with Stedman Clinic, but it makes it convenient for them to stay close, so they're close to their doctors, they're close to physical therapy for those few days after the surgery, and so that's a great amenity that you offer.
Yeah, so like I said, you just contact Stedman Clinic and they kind of contact us and we work with them to make sure that you're comfortable, get a handicap room if needed or whatever you may need, and we take good care of our Stedman guests. So.
And then, of course, if people are interested in staying with you guys, because all of the amenities sound so wonderful, what's the best way for them to find the Vail Residence Inn?
So obviously you can go to our website, Marriott.com, and search Vail Residence Inn. We're available on Expedia, Hotels.com, Booking.com, any of those third-party websites as well. So really easy. And then also you can find us on the Vail Valley Partnership website as well. We do reservations through them as well. So.
Jake, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and maybe inspiring some of us to do a little staycation here in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being here. Make sure that you check out the Residence Inn in Vail because it's a beautiful location. They've got so many wonderful amenities that are going to change the way that you stay here in the community. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging on to our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne & Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
we would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
Coming at you from around the world.
The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
TVA Vail is proud to announce the Wacky Winter Reading Program. We're asking children of all ages, K and even the teenagers going up to 12th grade, read 10 books or 1,000 pages by April 30th, 2025. You can find all the details on our website, tva-vail.com. Thank you to our sponsor, the lovely Eagle Valley Library District, where you can go pick up your book and have a great time. Have a great winter from your friends at TVA Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We're talking Democracy for All and the wonderful project that they have taking place right now. I'm joined by Brad Rourke and Dr. Maese. Good morning.
Hi, Maddie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. Thank you guys so much for joining me first thing this morning. Now, you guys both have incredible job titles, so I'm going to allow you to each explain them.
I'm Brad Rourke, and I'm Chief External Affairs Officer for the Kettering Foundation. We're a nonprofit, nonpartisan operating foundation. We're based in Dayton, Ohio, with offices in D.C.
And I'm Dr. Maese, Research Director with Gallup. Our job is to bring the public's voices and will to the rest of the world.
And then for people who don't know Democracy for All, Mr. Rourke, can you give us a high-level overview and why it's so important during this time?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. People's American satisfaction with and trust in democracy has been declining. It's at a critically low point now. It's been going that way for decades. And people disagree about why that is, what's working and what isn't. And so we think there's really no better time to be asking the kinds of questions that we're going to be asking in this research, which really we hope to get at everyday Americans' daily lives and how that affects their understanding of the democracy that we all share. Questions like their hopes, how they think about their opportunities, their frustrations, and their community around them.
And what would you say the difference between the traditional definition of democracy and our current perception is?
Yeah, democracy has been growing and evolving for centuries, and we're talking here about people's understanding of it and feelings about it right now, which traditionally has been got at with questions like, how do you feel about the Supreme Court, or how do you feel about the institution of Congress? And what we really think is it's time to ask a different set of questions that get past the textbook definitions of democracy and really get at how included do people feel in democracy? Is it for everyone? Is my voice heard, and does it matter? Am I treated fairly? If I have a problem in my community, will others step up and help me? Are my basic needs being met? We think that by asking questions like these of everyday Americans, that we'll be able to get a better understanding of how it is that those aspects affect our understanding of and satisfaction with our democracy.
I think these are all really important elements that we don't talk about very often. So, Dr. Maese, as we're looking at this survey, what do you think some of the key elements are going to be, and what results do you think they're going to show?
Look, we've had a lot of talk in this country about America's democracy for the past few years. We're certainly not the first to have thought to do some research on it, but what we're doing here is a little bit different in some really important ways. As Mr. Rourke said, the focus of this survey is very different. This is a survey about how Americans feel about their democracy. We want to know if they feel like it's working, and if it's working for them, is it representing their voices and their needs? Do they have the opportunities that they want to really be a part of the system? And do they even want to be a part of the system at this point at all? This is also our opportunity as researchers to take some additional steps to make sure that all voices are being heard in these conversations. I think it's a real question for a lot of us, whose voices, whose perceptions really are being included in conversations about democracy today. So it's our job to go out there and hear from all Americans from all walks of life. This is also our opportunity to set up a way to track the evolution of democracy for the years to come. We'll be using annual measurements to make sure that we can keep a pulse on what's going on in this country, see where we're making meaningful improvements, and also where there are emerging challenges that we can get ahead of.
And what do you hope that this research will show, and how do you think it will help strengthen the democracy that we kind of see in our country now?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of work to be done in this country, and we want to make sure that that work counts. So we need to understand why Americans feel disconnected and dissatisfied with their democracy. We need to dig a little deeper to understand their everyday experiences, their hopes and dreams and values, their fears, their frustrations. All of those things figure into how they think and feel about democracy. We need to understand who's feeling left out right now. There are Americans out there that just feel like they're not valued, they're not heard, they're not respected or taken seriously in this country. So who's feeling that way and why? What can we do to pull them back in and make them feel like they are included in this democracy that we live in? We want to find where there are shared experiences and points of unity that we can really rally against to make sure that we are rebuilding a sense of not only trust and confidence, but really belonging in American democracy.
Now, where can our viewers go for more information to see kind of the statistics that are coming out of this and maybe take the survey themselves?
Your viewers can go to gallup.com/democracy to learn more. We'll be adding information over the next few months. And in the fall, we'll be releasing a major report that details our findings. And we hope kickstarting a conversation among everyday Americans about what democracy means to them and why it matters.
Well, I want to thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with us, for doing this intense and not so easy research, because I do think it's important to make that first step to change.
Many thanks to you.
Thanks all.
Make sure that you continue to follow this research because there's going to be some great findings throughout. Now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season at Bartlett.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, N-A-T-E, D-O-G-G-G-G.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. They're NFL insider, one of them. is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
Good morning, Vail.
Coffee with America.
Are you a winter sports adrenaline junkie? Well, then Fat Bike World is making its way to Crested Butte, and I'm joined by Dave Osh. Good morning, Dave. Sports adrenaline junkie.
Good morning.
World is making its way. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this morning. Good morning, Dave.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry to turn off my background here. Thank you for having me, and glad to be on the show.
Well, we're happy to have you here. And Fat Bike Worlds, this is something that's quite intense because fat biking is such an insane sport that has quickly swept Colorado's winter sports.
Certainly has. Another means and ways to get around in our beloved state, and all 4 seasons. We all love bicycles here in Colorado, and it's a great way to stay on it year-round.
So if people are interested, they've never heard of Fat Bike Worlds, what can they expect?
You can expect a darn good time, and that's what it's all about. It's funny. We created Fat Bike Worlds 10 years ago, so this is the 10th anniversary. And for that, we're very excited to be back in Crested Butte, where it all started. We've done a little traveling the last couple of years. We were in Leadville last year. Those guys crushed it. They are a fat biking mecca there, so they did a great job with it. We've been in Wisconsin. We've been in Wyoming. And the previous 5 years, we're in Crested Butte, and that's where it all started. And what it's all about really is coming out and having a good time on a fat bike. If you've never thrown a leg over it, this is a great time to do it. Borealis is our title sponsor. They come with demo bikes. Anybody can get on a bike and anybody can try it. But, you know, we've had between 200 and 300 people at these races. The top 25, top 30 are there to race. The rest of the folks are there to have fun. And, you know, we've got a bacon station on course. We got a whiskey station on course. You can race it as a team, or you can put your head down and get your winter fitness in and try and throw down the fastest lap. So it's really about having fun in the winter, another way to get around with all this snow and all this lovely cold weather. And it's about costumes. It's about having a good time, bringing the whole family, because it's an event for everybody.
Which sounds like a ton of fun to just get out there and maybe cheer as someone who is not a very big fat bike person. I think this would be just a great way to come show support and maybe learn more about the sport.
Very much so. And again, we've got a vendor village. We've got a bunch of folks who are there in the industry to talk about their products and what they're doing for winter cycling or for fat biking or just cycling in general. It's a great spectator sport. I mean, the course is open to anybody. It's not a closed course. We do encourage spectators. We encourage spectators to go out there and get us dressed up and bring the cowbells and the whiskey and the bacon if they'd like to. But yeah, it's an event for everybody. We've got concerts. We've got parties. Family and friends are invited to all those parts and pieces of it too. So again, we're hoping everybody comes down and enjoys a lovely weekend here in Crested Butte.
And then Crested Butte has some rich history with biking, as it's the home of mountain biking. I didn't know that until today.
It is. It's one of the birthplaces. I mean, between Marin County in California and Crested Butte, you know, there could be a good little beer drinking going on and then discussion about who really invented it, who did it first. But indeed, Crested Butte is one of the meccas of mountain biking, and the late 70s up to this day it's one of the finer mountain bike destinations, something we're very proud of here at the Crested Butte Mountain Bike Association and here in Crested Butte. And again, that's why we're excited to have Fat Bike Worlds here, and that's why we started it in the first place. It's a great place to do it.
Now, if someone's interested in participating in Fat Bike World, if they're new to fat biking or maybe they've kind of dabbled in it for the last couple of years, can you give them some good advice on what they can expect on the course?
Yeah, the course is excellent. We work with our local Nordic Center, Crested Butte Nordic, to provide a truly world-class amenity. It's a course we've been working on all week. It's a very firm course. It's a very fast course. It's been crazy cold here in Crested Butte. If folks are having the same Arctic weather, I hit negative 27 at my house. It's been negative 31 here in Gunnison. So it should be a good, fast firm course. Something else, if you're new to it, which is incredibly important, is tire pressure. And having a low tire pressure, about 4 or 5 pounds, is ideal to having a good time and having really good traction on a fat bike. But that stuff, again, if you came down, if you wanted to throw your leg over a Borealis and jump on one of those demo bikes, that's something we could, of course, help people out with and help educate them as they go along. But it is that simple. I mean, anybody can get on a fat bike and have fun. It's truly like riding a bike. It's that simple. And again, those fat tires sure make it easy, and it generally brings a smile to the face.
And then, of course, since it has been so chilly, it's important that people layer correctly. So as you're making your way out there, what's your layering system going to look like?
I always say it's just like Nordic skiing. Start cold because you're going to get warm. And there are some hills on this course. There's a good bit of climbing on this course, which makes it a good world's course. But you will warm up quickly. So it's interesting how, depending on how you're riding, if you're going out with friends and having fun, you want to bring the down jacket, but you don't want to start in it because once you start sweating, it gets a little harder to regulate your temperature. But you do want to start cold and then always bring those layers so you have them when you do get cold, if it's a downhill or you're just kind of sitting sedentary for a while. But layering is important.
Layering is so important, and especially because we have seen this cold front that's kind of sweeping across Colorado right now, making those temperatures quite cool. Now, there's 3 days of activities, so let's kick off with what's taking place on Friday.
Yeah, Friday night we're at the Elevation Hotel and Spa. We're very grateful for them for hosting us. That's also our lodging sponsor. And we'll be there that night at the Billy Bar. Famous bar up there with the Matchstick Lounge as well. We're going to be playing all 9 years of the videos that Riley Kazmarek of Borealis has been making for Fat Bike World. So we've got great documentation of all 9 years previous to Fat Bike Worlds. So we'll be at Elevation that first night. That'll be registration and a kickoff party. We've got Wiley Jones is playing live music Friday night as well. So again, this is open to all entrants and all friends and family who are coming with those entrants and registrants. So again, starting it off with a big party Friday night at Elevation Hotel. Saturday is the big day. We'll be in town right behind our Crested Butte Community School and our Crested Butte Nordic Center trails for a 5-mile loop. And our world champions will be racing 5 laps, and the fun race will be doing 3 laps. Whoever wins, they do get the Fat Bike World's famous brand, and we have branded a human in the past. We're looking forward to doing that again this year. And then Saturday night's kind of the big night at the Center for the Arts. And we're very grateful to partner with the center. We've got 10 Years Gone, which is a Led Zeppelin tribute band. 10 years ago, we had Led Zeppelin play for the inaugural Fat Bike World. This year, we got 10 Years Gone. So we're keeping the Led Zeppelin theme going. We're very excited to have that concert. The concert, again, is totally free to all participants. Friends and family get a discount if they want to join, but the concert's open to the public, so we invite everybody. Sunday, also a super fun day. We're going to be at Zuni West Brewing in Crested Butte South, and Zuni is our presenting beer sponsor for this entire event. So Zuni beverages all weekend, and then Sunday we'll be based out of the brewery there in CB South, and then going for a lovely ride up Cement Creek, where we've got 18 miles basically of groomed trail up to Hunter Creek Trail. It's just a way out there in the goods, so it's a great place and a great time to go ride. That ride is also open to everybody, the public. Anybody can join. You could jump on one of those demo bikes if Steve has one from Borealis and take that bike out that day and come out and see it if you've never done it. So it's a great opportunity to come to Crested Butte just for the fun, just for the parties, but you can also either take part in the event or get involved in fat biking if it's your first time.
Dave, we want to thank you so much for bringing us all of this wonderful information. Now, do people need to register in advance? And if so, what's the website?
Thank you for asking that. And it's fatbikeworlds.org, and you can get all the info there. It got all the maps, all the directions. You can learn everything you need to on there. You can also register in person. Show up in person. We'll have registration open Friday night at Elevation Hotel, as well as Saturday morning before the event. So all that information is on the website. And again, we welcome one and all. Great swag. You got the hat, you got the buff, we got bags, we got tattoos, we got all kinds of good stuff we'll be giving out as usual. So we try and make this worthwhile for everybody to come out and have some memorable times.
Dave, again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and thanks for bringing such a fun activity to the great state of Colorado.
Thanks so much for having us. Have
Make
a great
sure
day.
that you go to fatbikeworlds.org. That way you can participate in all the fun, you can see the entire event lineup, and then you can pick what best suits you. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh.
And if you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities for points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest. Yes!
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
The Chief of Police from the Avon Police Department stopped in to give us some great information about some new technology that they're introducing at the police station. So let's hear what he has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we recently had the opportunity to learn about Trulio, a company that partners with police departments across the nation to offer its AI-powered assistant for police officers, and to tell us how they've been using it at their department and how it's been helping their performance, their police officers, and give us a little inside scoop of how it is actually to use this tool. We have Chief Greg Daly from the Avon Police Department joining us this morning. Chief, thank you so much for being here. Avon PD is the first police department in Colorado to use Trulio. So you guys have some experience with it, and today we're going to be learning all about it. And thanks for being here with us today.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Yeah, we are the first in Colorado, so we're pretty proud of that. This is a tool that we had seen towards the end of last year, and we organized to do a pilot with the company. And as a result of that pilot, we have contracted with them as a service to the Avon Police Department. You know, there are a variety of different aspects of this particular tool. One of the aspects is that we can dictate reports. So, for example, the other night, one of my sergeants was finishing an arrest, was driving back from the hospital to Avon, and in that period was able to dictate on his way that report over, obviously, hands-free in his vehicle. So by the time he got back to the police department, the majority of the report had been written. The dictation is obviously downloaded into the Trulio app, and then there is a facility to sort of structure that into a report format with paragraphs, et cetera, and I have a little bit of an Irish accent, so I've been actually pretty impressed because I don't have a lot of success with dictation. I'll be honest with you. My Siri app is the Irish version because just the Irish, our THs, we tend to have issues with THs. But anyway, in that regard, that's one aspect of it.
Yes.
Another very important aspect is that it reviews all of our body camera footage.
Right.
So when we dock our body cameras at the station, that body camera footage is downloaded, and in turn, Trulio analyzes all of our body cameras, all 100% of our body cameras.
Yeah.
In that regard, then, it's analyzing it for professionalism, for the use of, professional language in relation to explaining to somebody we've stopped on a traffic stop, for example, as to why we've stopped them, and, being professional in our language and our communication. So it rates us on our level of professionalism.
Okay.
Obviously, if there's any, bad language used in that interaction by the person we're dealing with, that's going to be highlighted to a supervisor. Supervisor will be able to review that and say, okay, that was the other side of this and not the officer. If, unfortunately, an officer uses a swear word, what they shouldn't be, but sometimes things occur, that will be a mentoring moment for the supervisor to sit down with that officer and say, okay, why did you say in that way? Why did you get agitated, whatever else? How can we better approach this situation and de-escalate it? The other aspect is any use of force. If we are using force, for example, we're saying taser or that is introduced into the language, well, then that's going to be highlighted as well to the supervisor. On top of that, then we have the ability to get, in that respect, since we've been using it beginning of December, there's been 8,400 hours of body camera footage analyzed by AI. Funnily enough, they give a little information on the when we log on from an admin perspective, and it estimates that if we had sergeants, for example, review that footage, it would have cost us about $346,000 in pay to review all that.
Wow.
So that's a huge benefit in that regard. Another aspect of it is I was at a Chiefs conference in October, and I was listening to the chief of Fort Collins and Boulder talk about AI assist in doing reports and whatever else. And one aspect that I didn't realize was the mental health side of it.
Okay.
And I was going, it took me a couple of seconds, and I was listening to them.
Right.
We can have very busy shifts, and we have been working short-staffed. We've got 4 people in the academy, started a week ago, so we're hopefully going to be up to full staff towards the end of October. Right. But in that regard, we've had a lot of stress on our officers. Sometimes they'll finish a shift being down 4 or 5 reports.
Right.
Pretty heavy, meaty reports. And that can be very stressful because they know they're going to have to spend another 4 hours doing reports, are coming in on their days off.
Yeah.
So being able to help that and be more efficient in that report process is helping them in that regard and lowering that anxiety. So I was really impressed. I didn't factor that in myself, but it was really good to hear it from those 2 chiefs.
Yeah, maybe it's not a direct tool or it's not a direct effect of using AI, but it is, it's relieving the officer some time, giving them a little more peace of mind. It's saving you money. It's saving you time from reviewing all of this camera footage. I think when we spoke to Anthony Tassoni, the CEO of Trulio, he said on average, I think only about 1% of body cam footage is reviewed by humans, by officers. And now the ability that this tool allows you to review 100% of it. It highlights certain areas or certain points during these conversations. I think it really is, from what I hear at least, it's a great tool to use. Are there any challenges, drawbacks? Is accuracy ever a concern? Ethics, privacy, any of those things when using a tool like this?
Excellent questions, yeah. So to address some of those things. Obviously, we're only interested in AI if it's a benevolent use of that technology.
Yeah.
We serve our community. Our mission statement of the Avon Police Department is to serve to better our community. So we would not in any way want to adopt anything that is going to be harmful to our community. Yeah. We want to be more efficient in our report writing. We want more accurate reports. We want the reports to be grammatically better, ultimately, because that goes to our district attorney's office, our town prosecutor. Both of those entities review our reports. They want them to be concise, capturing all of the facts which lead to a better prosecution and ultimately from our perspective, that's getting justice for our victims. So it's a win-win in that regard. In relation to the ethics, yes, obviously the officers have to review those reports before they submit them. So they may have been getting AI assistance, but at the end of the day, it's their report. They're swearing to that report. If they go to court, they're swearing and affirming that these facts are correct. So obviously, we're not going to go to the extent of, a report is generated just by the body camera, and the officer doesn't look at the report and it's just generated that way. That is not something we will do because ethically, that would not be the right thing to do. When this whole conversation came up, about AI. Somebody said, listen, you've been using AI for years. Siri on your iPhones is an AI product. We use AI in so many different realms of our life, but at the end of the day, we need to be using it where it's beneficial to the people that we serve. And we did a pilot on that, and we wanted to make sure we were comfortable with that. I spoke to a colleague on the East Coast that's been dealing with this particular company for quite a while. A massive sheriff's office. And so we wanted to make sure we had done our evaluation of this tool. And so far, it's been a very positive experience.
Awesome. Well, it definitely sounds like AI is in the future of society, and I'm sure it'll be in the future of police departments as well, as you try to implement these tools in the best of your ability to continue serving communities. And it sounds like that's what you guys are doing with Trulio. So thanks for giving us kind of your firsthand experience with this tool and taking the time to speak with us today.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chief Daly. Avon PD, ladies and gentlemen, is the first department in Colorado to implement this tool. And here you have a little bit of that experience from Chief Daly. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back. America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into Rugs Benedict here in Avon, Colorado. We are joined by Mandy Benedict herself. Mandy, how's the summer going here?
Fantastic. We're having a beautiful summer and some great new introductions in our store.
Yeah, I love this store. It's so beautiful and spacious in here, and it has everything you need. And we are starting with reclaimed wood right here. What do we got here?
So we have quite a few reclaimed options, which a lot of times are old barns, old buildings, things like that, factories, and they just have a really beautiful mountain style. So we have quite a few reclaimed options available in our store.
I love that. And do we know exactly where they came from?
A lot of the things will have, exactly where each thing came from. It depends on the size of the building or the size of the project too, because sometimes it'll use a few different buildings.
Yeah, but it's got that classic kind of Colorado look to it, right?
It does.
Awesome. And then we also have some siding, which can double down as flooring and ceilinging. And
we use wood actually for a lot of decorative spaces. So in my house, for example, we have like on the ceiling to just create interest. So you can do ceilings, you can do soffits, you can do decorative walls in your bar or game room, or even like behind your bed. So we do a ton of wood flooring and wood accent walls.
Love that. And did we invent ceilinging? Did I just come up with a new term for you?
You could have. We just call it, putting wood flooring on the ceiling or putting wood on the ceiling. So.
Yeah, and beautiful here, you could just kind of swipe through and kind of pick and choose here.
Yeah, they slide. We literally have thousands of options, but the thing that our design flooring team is great at is just finding the thing that's going to be most durable for you, fit the look that you're after, the price point you're after, whether you're going to have radiant heat or depends on the heating system and the humidification, all those things we take into account.
Love that. And these are just a few of the options, and you guys are known for just kind of a quick turnaround sometimes with the warehouse, but what's that kind of process like on your end?
So we do have quite a few things available that can be installed very quickly. We have all employee installers, a lifetime installation warranty, and we offer free estimates. So we'll come out to your house, figure out all the things that would go into the project, offer a free estimate, and then work with sort of your time frame and schedule.
Love that. And I can just picture this as decoration, kind of just walls, floors, ceilings. Love it. Love it. And then we also have area rugs here right behind us. What's going on here?
We do. Rugs Benedict. So we have to have some rugs here. We have just, again, hundreds of options of things that you can buy in, things for powder rooms, kitchens. You can do decorative staircases or coordinating family room, living room, dining room rugs. And you just come in and sort of flip through. It's kind of like flipping through a clothing rack where you can just explore all the different sizes, all the different colors, palettes, textures. We have a ton of variety in rugs.
Yeah, I love that. And rugs are kind of sometimes a centerpiece, and they're always just so memorable, right? Like I remember my childhood rug at home, right? So great options here. Any tips and tricks for people looking at these?
Just to come in, if you have any current color schemes or fabrics or things like that, bring some of those with you. People bring pillows, they bring, a piece of their drapery or something like that. And otherwise, people start with area rugs a lot. They'll sort of build their room around it if you're refurnishing.
Love that. Anything else I should ask you? Anything else you want to add here?
No, just come in and explore our beautiful space, and we have options for everyone.
Love that. Rugs Benedict, located here in Avon, Colorado, has all your needs. Come check them out this summer.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Wednesday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to bring you all of this great community information, maybe inspire you to try something new like fat tire biking, because what a great way to get outside and do something that moves your body in the cold a little bit. Again, thank you so much for tuning into your Wednesday edition of Good Morning Vail. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and we love getting to be here each and every morning, so make sure you continue to tune in.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You know, TV8 Vail has